What do you do when they ask you to play a game starring this guy?
Wait a minute. You're not Super Mecha Death Christ 2000 BC version 4.0 beta. You're Super Mecha Death Christ 2000 BC version 4.1 beta.
Exactly. You don't even think twice. You just say yes and hit play. No hesitation. And the second I did, nostalgia smacked me right in the face. Crunchy 8-bit sound effects, a pixel art logo, and the nerd himself shouting something that could probably melt a controller. I was hooked instantly. But here's the thing. This isn't just another retro throwback. Angry Video Game Nerd 8-bit, developed by Mega Cat Studios with Programancer and published by Retroware, feels like someone cracked open your childhood memories, pulled out every moment of frustration, and turned it into pure fun. The whole game is a love letter to the Angry Video Game Nerd universe. Every stage feels like a tribute to one of James Rolfe's classic episodes. Except this time, you're the one suffering instead of watching him do it. You'll battle through cursed cartridges, haunted consoles, and enemies that look like they crawled out of your worst gaming nightmares. Zombies, mechanical skeletons, floating reapers, every one of them is here to ruin your day in the best way possible. And yes, you're going to die a lot. It's part of the design. By the time I made it to the third area, I think it was the third, though this game doesn't really number them. I'd already lost count of my deaths. But each one taught me something new. And that's what makes it so addictive. Gameplay-wise, it's like if Mega Man, Celeste, and Cuphead had a chaotic, swear-filled child. The levels are tight, fast, and packed with traps that demand your full attention. You'll jump, shoot, slide, and probably scream. You'll scream a lot. The controls are smooth and responsive. The jumping arc feels intentional. The shots have impact. And the slide adds just enough control to keep you alive one more second. Every level feels handcrafted. Nothing's wasted. Every platform, enemy, and power-up is placed to test your patience and skill just a bit more. And the bosses? Brutal, creative, and loaded with inside jokes. Angry Video Game Nerd fans will definitely recognize some familiar faces, or at least some familiar insults. The best part is how the game rewards persistence. At first, you're frustrated, but once you finally clear a section that's been tormenting you, it's pure triumph. That kind of satisfaction is rare these days. Visually, the pixel art nails that gritty NES era vibe without going overboard. The parallax backgrounds, little glitch effects, and rich color palette make every level pop while reminding you that the game's world is literally breaking apart. And the soundtrack? Absolute fire. And even the nerd's voice clips make perfect cameos, short, sharp, and hilariously rude. For indie developers, this game is a lesson in using limitations creatively. The 8-bit style isn't a gimmick, it's a design philosophy. Every element from the color choices to the animation is meant to balance chaos with humor. Now, let's pull back the curtain. The team behind this madness is Mega Cat Studios, with Programancer handling design and Retroware publishing. Mega Cat has been cranking out pixel-perfect retro titles for years, and not just modern ones. They actually make games for old-school hardware like the NES and Sega Genesis. That's not nostalgia, that's devotion. Programancer is a one-man powerhouse who's been building games since, the mid-90s? Probably. Or kind of. Starting with Duke Nukem 3D mods. He handles everything. Design, art, sound. You can feel that passion in every pixel of this game. And then there's Retroware, keeping the retro spirit alive while blending it with modern polish. They've published games like Iron Meat and Toxic Crusaders. So it's no surprise they jumped at the chance to bring the AVGN universe to life. Put all that together, and you've got a team that doesn't just imitate the retro experience, they live it. The physics, The hit detection, the pacing, it all feels authentic. This isn't a modern game pretending to be 8-bit. It's just built by people who actually understand those old design constraints. Now, let's zoom out. Angry Video Game Nerd 8-bit isn't just another nostalgic cash grab. It's a full circle moment. The Angry Video Game Nerd series started as a love-hate letter to the worst games ever made. And now the nerd himself is the game. That's poetic, in a chaotic sort of way. It also shows how collaboration can supercharge indie projects. You've got Programancer's solo passion, MegaCat's retro expertise, and CinemaSucker's legendary brand, all working in sync. When indie devs, content creators, and publishers share the same language, pain, humor, and pixel art, you get something special. And yes, it's tough, really tough, but it's also hilarious. The game knows exactly what it is, self-aware, full of Easter eggs, and perfectly in tune with Angry Video Game Nerd's irreverent tone. You can tell James Rolfe was fully on board with how over-the-top it gets. For fans of the 90s, this is the game you always dreamed about while blowing on cartridge contacts. It captures that era's energy. The good, the bad, and the totally unfair. It's messy, it's mean, and it's a blast. So, what makes this game stand out? It's more than just nostalgia. It's a clever blend of old-school gameplay and modern indie craftsmanship. The platforming is sharp, the art is gorgeous, and the soundtrack goes hard. It's everything you could want from a retro action platformer that actually respects its roots. For indie developers, it's proof that looking backward can move you forward. Nostalgia works best when it's honest, when it captures the feeling of the past without getting stuck there. And for players, it's a perfect mix of challenge, humor, and hurt. Yeah, I died a bunch of times. I yelled. I may have insulted my controller. I probably also broke a couple of them, but every death was worth it. Let me know what you think in the comments. Did you survive the nerd's wrath? Or did you rage quit halfway through? Either way, share your battle stories. Thanks for watching.